Boundless. Hello, world. It's Curtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Today, I'm going to do part 2 of the video I did yesterday, which was, where do I put my trust? Where do I put my faith? So I'm going to read this for you, and I want you to just listen to the words. Because if you're trying to figure out where should I put my trust, I'll tell you, or your faith, man, this one hit home for me. It says, if I speak in tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all my possessions to the poor and give my body to hardship that may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, we prophecy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I become a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection in the mirror, then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. Man, I'll tell you, love, that true love that I just read, that was not me. See, I was mentored around the age of 15 and a half, 16, 17 by somebody that was broken. I'm not stating my parents. It was just a older male than I was. I think he was 22, 23. Somebody, I was like, oh man, this dude is so cool. He was mentoring me. And he taught me a couple things that actually went against what I just read. One of them was, if you don't want me to react, don't give me a reaction, or give me a reason to react. I'm sorry. If you don't like my reaction, then don't give me a reason to react. And he also taught me there was a line in every situation. If you overstep the line, then it's up to me to either stop it in its tracks or allow it. But see, takers, they'll always take until you stop giving, and then they make you the bad guy somehow. But they'll keep taking. He said, so if you don't stop in its tracks and they're going to keep going, it's up to you to stop it in its tracks and then make sure they never do it again. And see, I adopted that. So I was like, you know what? You did this, so I'm justified in why I did this. Well, you know what? You stole from me, so it's okay for me to beat you up. Well, you cheated on me, so it's okay for me to cheat on you. Well, you took off, so it's okay for me to do this. You hurt me, so it's okay for me to hurt you. And the thing is I started to get a identity in fighting physically. If you did this, man, I'll beat you up and make sure you never want to fight Curtis Potter again. I promise you, there's a lot of people out there like, dude, I ain't fighting that dude again. He's crazy. But see, then it went from physical to verbal. And I couldn't beat up a female. So a lot of times when I was in relationships with females and we get in a fight and they say something stupid, I would just talk down to them and overpower them with my mouth and my intensity and my adrenaline. And it was like, man, I'm not going to get in a fight with that dude no more verbally, because he'll make me feel like a complete piece of crap. I'd tear him down. And for what? What does any of that serve me in my life? Nothing. It just made it a lot harder. And see, the thing is one day somebody, they were around 50, maybe 48, 52, I don't know. They said, Curtis, why are you so angry? I was like, you know what? It's because I was molested as a kid. I was holding that. I was probably mid-20s when I told him that. So I've been holding it in for like 15 years. And they're like, man, I didn't know that about you. And the person almost started to cry. And he said, man, I've never told anyone this, but I was molested as a kid. And and you could see how it had been affecting him his whole life. He's 50-ish. Been holding in for 45 years. Never sought help, never went to counseling, never talked about it. And it just destroyed his life. A ticking time bomb, a wrecking ball. Sometimes we don't get angry and like, for instance, I did. I went to anger because I'd found an identity and I got popular from beating up people. So I got an identity in fighting, and then I adopted it and I took it through my life, and it was just like bam, 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 head against the wall. I couldn't learn my lesson because I was like, you know what? These people are gone. But you know what? More people will like me because what? So for him, he didn't fight people. Instead, he just went back and was like, I'm going to stay away from people. I'm going to get my own hobbies. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to stay away from everybody. I don't need anybody. I don't need to love anybody. I don't need to be a great dad. I don't need to be a great friend. I don't care about you. I care about me. So he was putting everything into himself so he could feel worthy to himself and didn't care what anyone else thought. Versus me, I had abandonment issues, so I was putting so much into everyone else so they would just stay and not abandon me. But then I started to feel worthless. I didn't see the value in me because I was around a bunch of people that didn't value me. They didn't see me as the diamond that I am. They didn't look into my heart and know who I was. They was just like, that dude's angry, crazy, tatted up, used to sell drugs, used to be on drugs. Nope, that dude's a POS. No, man, my heart was so huge, but it had turned black by what I had went through. I couldn't give that unconditional love. The world does not teach us to do that unconditional love. They'll be like, you know what? You was justified for that. You was justified for this. You know what? Go ahead and walk out on your marriage because of this, because of that. Perfect love, it forgives. See, the thing is my mom used to teach me as a kid, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But you know what? The world, who does that anymore? You know what? The people that know and understand true love. Man, you know what? Look at this. See, the thing is I adopted some of the wrong thoughts. See, I was married before, and I was like, you know what? Whenever I get married again, I'm going to find somebody that's not perfect. Or maybe I would say like perfect for me. And man, this woman right here that birthed my children, she's perfectly imperfect. No, she's not perfect. We're humans. None of us are perfect. And matter of fact, the only perfect person that's ever walked this earth, they put him on a cross. They beat him and killed him. So why would we want to be perfect anyways? In today's age, they would probably do the same thing. We would probably get killed if we was perfect. But you know what? The moment that I decided to love this woman with perfect love is the moment that she'll look at me like that. Because I come to her place of understanding. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love is forgiving. Love is understanding. It bears no wrongs. You know what? She may have done something to me, and at the end of her life, she's going to have to answer to God to it. But when I can look at her and say, man, Brooke, please help me understand what made you react that way. And let's work through it. Marriage counseling, it's a blessing because you have a professional to sit there with you and say, you know what, Curtis, get your head out of your... Dude, look what you're doing to your wife. Brooke, get your head out of your... Look what you're doing to your husband. And see, the thing is like, Look at these precious kids right there. Man, you know what? Every parent's going to say, yeah, my kids are amazing. They're precious. They're beautiful. They're perfect, whatever. God bless us with some amazing kids. And if we just kept beating our heads against the walls and not learning to give that perfect love, family curse, going right back to them. And see, it's not even a family curse, it's a worldly curse. It is the curse of the devil to kill, steal, and destroy. He'll create stories in your head. How many times have you heard a story and it never even was true? You fought somebody over a story that was not even true. It was a misunderstanding and a lack of communication. So are you going to let that destroy you for 50 years like that guy I was talking about? Are you going to let that wreck your life forever? Today, I invite you to seek that perfect love. Forgiving, kind, patient, understanding, communication, ownership, authenticity. Today, I invite you to put your trust and your faith in perfect love. It's going to be hard. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Man, it is not easy. When that girl, man, sometimes she could be like a hornet, but so can that dude. We all can. But I'll tell you what, like if you say you love somebody, you're like, you know what? I would be wrecked without them. Without her and without those kids, it's like, you ripped my heart out. People like, Curtis, you didn't change. Well, you know what? The day that I lost them, they walked out of my life, or I thought I was never going to see them again, that's when my heart was ripped out, and that's what will make you change. Sometimes life has got to it's got to happen. God allows it to happen so it can change your life. You're like, no, them things happen to me. No, they happen for you so you could become the best version of yourself. Today, I invite you to love. That kind of love, like looking into your eyes kind of love. Like, I'll bear your children for you type of love. I'll go through that surgery and get my stomach cut open type of love. You know what? Regardless if you hurt me, I'll forgive you type of love. That perfect love. That's where to put your faith and your trust. If you know somebody needed to hear this, please like, share, comment, tag somebody, send in their DM, send in a message. Just share it to the world. So the world, we can all be the change that we want to see in this world, where we start loving and stop judging. Because that way, you know, every single day we all can get a bit closer to being boundless. I love y'all. Have a great day.